Have you ever had this strange feeling? You're watching a movie in English, and you understand everything. You hear someone ask a question in English, and the answer appears in your mind instantly. In your mind, you're fluent, you feel confident. You even imagine the conversation. But when it's time to speak, your lips freeze. Your voice disappears. Your confidence melts. You say nothing. This is one of the most painful experiences for English learners, and it happens more often than you think. I understand English perfectly, but I can't speak it. Why does this happen? Is it fear? Is it memory? Is it a brain problem? No, it's not your fault. This is a deep psychological pattern, and in this two-part video series, I'll explain the science behind it and show you how to break free. Let's begin with the invisible wall between your mind and your mouth. Chapter 1. The two sides of language learning. Most English learners think there's only one kind of fluency, but actually, there are two. Passive fluency. You understand what others say. Active fluency. You can speak clearly, confidently, and naturally. You have probably trained your passive fluency for years. You watched English movies, read books, listen to podcasts. But when it comes to active fluency speaking, you haven't practiced much. So, even if you know the words, your mouth doesn't know how to say them. It's like a singer who knows the lyrics, but never practiced singing them. Your brain is trained, but your mouth is not. Chapter 2. Your brain understands. So why can't you speak? Here's where psychology comes in. Your brain has different paths for understanding and speaking. Let me explain. When you understand, your brain takes in language, like listening and reading. This is more passive. You can take your time. But when you speak, your brain must make fast decisions, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, tone all at the same time. That's high cognitive load. It's like juggling 5 balls while riding a bicycle. It's not just about knowing, it's about multitasking. So even if you understand everything, your speaking brain might panic under pressure. Chapter 3. The silent killer, fear of judgment. Let's be honest. The biggest reason people stay silent is not grammar, not vocabulary, not accent. It's fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of sounding stupid. This is called social anxiety, and it's powerful. Here's what happens in your mind. You want to say something. Your brain checks your sentence. Is this correct? Then it thinks, will they laugh at me? Then it says, what if they don't understand me? Finally, silence. This fear blocks your voice before it even starts. And the more you stay silent, the stronger the fear becomes. Chapter 4. The perfectionism trap. Do you ever feel like, if I can't say it perfectly, I shouldn't say it at all? Native speakers will laugh if I make mistakes. My grammar must be 100% correct. If yes, you are stuck in the perfectionism trap. Perfectionism sounds good, but in language learning, it's dangerous. Because language is never perfect, not even for native speakers. Perfectionism creates pressure, and pressure creates silence. In your mind, you might be thinking, I should say, I would have gone if I had known, but what if I say it wrong? So instead of trying, you say nothing. Remember this, imperfect communication is better than perfect silence. Chapter 5. Thinking in your native language. Another reason you stay silent is that you're still thinking in your first language. So when someone asks, how are you? Your brain does this. Step 1. Translate how are you into your language. Step 2. Think of the answer in your language. Step 3. Translate your answer into English. Step 4. Speak. That's too slow. By the time you finish step 4, the conversation has already moved on. This process makes your speaking slow, awkward, and stressful. The solution: you must train yourself to think in English directly. But don't worry, I'll show you how in part 2. Chapter 6, The Voice in Your Head. Have you ever noticed this? There's a little voice in your head that says, "Don't speak. You'll embarrass yourself. You always make mistakes. You're not good enough." This voice is not your enemy, it's your fear talking. But the problem is, most people believe this voice. They obey it. That voice becomes their identity. I can't speak English. But here's the truth. You're not bad at English. You're just afraid to use it. When you change the way you talk to yourself, everything begins to shift. Instead of saying, "I can't speak," say, "I'm training myself to speak." That small change changes everything. Chapter 7, Input Without Output. Let's talk about your daily routine. You probably watch YouTube videos in English, read articles, listen to English songs, maybe even study vocabulary. But how often do you speak? Be honest. For most learners, the answer is almost never. You're building knowledge, but you're not building skill. Speaking is a muscle, and if you don't use it, it stays weak. It's like watching 100 videos on swimming, but never getting in the water. You'll never learn to swim until you actually swim. You'll never speak fluently until you actually speak. Chapter 8, The Illusion of Fluency. Here's something strange. Sometimes, people believe they're fluent until they try to speak. Why? Because they've been learning English in their head for years. They've imagined thousands of conversations. They've practiced mentally, but not physically. So, their mental fluency is high, but their verbal fluency is low. This creates a shocking gap. I thought I could speak, but when I tried, I froze. This is not failure. This is just the next stage of learning. You've mastered the silent level. Now it's time to speak out loud. Chapter 9, You Are Not Alone. If you feel this way, please know, you are not broken. You are not stupid. You are not bad at English. You are simply afraid, and your fear is valid, but it's also changeable. In part 2 of this series, I'll show you exactly how to break the silence. You'll learn how to train your brain to speak automatically, how to reduce fear and speak with confidence, how to build fluency through daily habits even if you're shy. You have the words inside you. You have the understanding. You just need a little help to let it come out. Closing words of part 1. If your mind is fluent, but your voice is silent, don't worry. You're on the right path. Your silence is not a weakness. It's a signal, a sign that you're ready for more, and that more starts now. In part 1, we explored the quiet struggles so many English learners face. You understand. You feel fluent in your mind, but when it's time to speak, your mouth stays silent. We uncovered the truth. It's not about grammar. It's not about vocabulary. It's about psychology, fear, perfectionism, mental habits. These are the real blocks. But now comes the important part. How do you break the silence? How do you turn inner fluency into real-life speaking confidence? In part 2, we'll go deep, and not just into the brain, but into practical daily habits that will transform how you speak. Let's get started. Chapter 1, The Doorway to Speaking is ... speaking. It sounds simple, but it's the truth. The only way to become fluent in speaking is to speak. Reading and listening are great, but they will never unlock your speaking voice if you never practice it out loud. Think of it like this. You can watch 100 videos on guitar, but you'll never play a song until your fingers touch the strings. Speaking English is a physical and emotional skill. That means your body and your brain need training together. You can't skip this step. You must start speaking every day. Chapter 2. Start with the mirror method. One of the best ways to start speaking without fear is the mirror method. Here's how it works. 1. Stand in front of a mirror. 2. Look at yourself. 3. Speak English out loud as if you're talking to someone else. You can talk about your day. Today I woke up early. I had coffee. I felt tired. Ask and answer your own questions. What do I want to eat today? Maybe pasta. Repeat lines from movies or podcasts. Why it works. You remove the fear of other people. You train your brain and mouth to work together. You begin to build the habit of expression. Speak badly. Speak slowly. Speak anyway. This is not about perfection. It's about practice. Chapter 3. Train your brain to think in English. Remember in part 1 how we said thinking in your native language slows you down. Here's how to fix that. Start thinking in English even about small things. Instead of saying "Where are my keys?" in your first language, say it in English, "Where are my keys?" Here are some ways to train this. Describe what you see. The sky is blue. That tree is tall. I see a cat. Narrate your actions. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm going to the store. Ask yourself questions. What do I need today? What am I feeling? This builds mental fluency at the bridge between mind and mouth. The more you think in English, the more naturally you'll speak it. Chapter 4. Shadowing to speak like a native. Shadowing is a powerful technique used by language experts. Here's how to do it. 1. Find a short video or audio clip by a native speaker 1 to 2 minutes. 2. Play it and listen carefully. 3. Now, play it again and try to repeat at the same time as the speaker. 4. Copy the tone, rhythm, pronunciation, and emotion. Why it works. You're not just learning words, you're learning natural speech. You train your mouth to speak fast, smoothly, and confidently. It improves pronunciation, intonation, and fluency at the same time. Start with slow videos. Don't worry if you can't follow perfectly. Just keep shadowing and you'll see results in weeks. Chapter 5. Stop overthinking. Start expressing. Do you pause before every sentence to check grammar in your mind? That's called overthinking, and it's a silent fluency killer. You must give yourself permission to speak imperfectly. Here's a helpful mindset shift. Don't speak to impress. Speak to connect. The goal of language is not grammar. It's communication. Here's an example. You might say, I go to the store yesterday. Grammatically wrong, yes. But understandable, 100%. And that's what matters. So stop waiting for perfect. Start aiming for progress. Chapter 6. Build speaking confidence step by step. Confidence doesn't come from motivation. It comes from evidence. The more you speak even in small ways, the more your brain says, yes, I can do this. Here's a step-by-step confidence builder. Step 1. Speak to yourself. Talk out loud every day for 5 minutes. Step 2. Record yourself. Use your phone. Talk about any topic. Then listen. Notice what you did well and what you can improve. Step 3. Speak to AI like ChatGPT. Have English conversations with ChatGPT or other speaking bots. It's safe. No pressure. Step 4. Speak to real people. Start with language partners. Join English groups. Use apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. Each step gives you tiny wins, and tiny wins build powerful confidence. Chapter 7. Create a daily speaking habit. Consistency is the magic key. Here's a 15-minute daily speaking routine. 1. Warm up 2 minutes. Talk to yourself in the mirror. 2. Shadowing 5 minutes. Repeat after a native speaker. 3. Self-talk 3 minutes. Describe your plans or feelings. 4. Q&A practice 5 minutes. Ask and answer 3 questions in English. Example: what did I do yesterday? What do I want to eat today? What makes me happy? This simple routine will rewire your brain. Within 30 days, you'll feel a massive change. Chapter 8. Replace negative self-talk with power thoughts. In Part 1, we talked about the critical voice inside your head. Now, it's time to fight back. Here's how. When your brain says, "I can't speak English," you say, "I'm learning to speak English." When it says, "I always make mistakes," you say, "Mistakes help me grow." When it says, "They'll laugh at me," you say, "Everyone starts somewhere." Repeat these power thoughts daily, especially before you speak. Your thoughts shape your confidence. Change your thoughts. Change your fluency. Chapter 9. Speak English. Live English. If English stays in your books, it stays stuck. Bring it into your daily life. Change your phone language to English. Watch your favorite shows with English subtitles. Write your to-do lists in English. Speak English during normal tasks. I'm cooking rice. I'm washing clothes. Make English your life language, not just your study language. The more you live in English, the more naturally you'll speak it. Chapter 10. The 30-Day Speaking Challenge. Ready to take action? Here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, speak English out loud for 10 to 15 minutes daily. Record yourself once a week. Do mirror talk every morning. Replace every negative thought with a positive one. Shadow one short video daily. Keep a journal. Track your progress. Notice how you feel in week 1 and how much better you sound in week 4. You'll be amazed at what consistent effort can do. Final message. You are not silent because you're weak. You are silent because you've been afraid. But fear is just a thought, and thoughts can be changed. You are not bad at English. You are simply becoming a speaker. You already have the fluency in your mind. Now let the world hear it. Start small. Speak daily. Forgive mistakes. And most of all, believe in your voice. Because once you speak, your life begins to change.